Good morning. This is Maundy Thursday. This is the night that Jesus and his disciples celebrate the Passover for the last time. Matter of fact, as Jesus is celebrating the Passover with them, he changes it basically and changes it from the Passover to the Lord's Supper, which will be a sacrament for us to take from now on. Jesus takes the bread, he breaks it, he gives it to his disciples and tells them to eat it because it's his body given for them. And then he takes the chalice, the chalice filled with wine for the third time, which is the cup of redemption, the cup of renewal. And he tells them to take and drink it. For that is the blood that was shed to take away the sins of the world. And while this is going on, there's another drama going on. Jesus points out that Judas Iscariot is going to betray him. And when Judas is pointed out in front of all of them, he gets up and he leaves the meal. Now listen to this as Jesus, this is the 13th chapter of the Gospel of John, beginning at verse 31. When he was gone, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will glorify the Son in himself and will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I tell you now, where I'm going, you cannot come. A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this all men will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." Simon Peter asked him, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I am going, you cannot follow now, but you will follow later." Peter asked, "Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." Then Jesus answered, "Will you really lay down your life for me? I tell you the truth, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. May God bless this reading and this hearing of his word. This whole drama, and that's what it is. It's a drama that's playing out right in front of the disciples. Jesus is the main character. Jesus is going to be betrayed. He's going to be taken, and the disciples can't come with him right then. And he's telling them, but later on, you can come with me, but not right now. And Peter says, Lord, I want to go with you. Why can't I go with you now? You know I'd lay down my life for you. And then Jesus says those words that, well, he's already said them. He tells them, he says, "I tell you the truth." Then Jesus answered, "Will you really lay down your life for me? I tell you the truth, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. And that's where we should stop for tonight. Peter's willing, but the spirit is willing, but the flesh is so weak. And Peter doesn't understand. How? No, I love you, Lord. How could I betray you? How could I disown you 3 times? Well, we know that he did. We know that night after Jesus has been carried off, Peter follows him to the home of the high priest. Peter's standing out in the courtyard, and people start recognizing Peter for who he is. And every time they'd point him out and say, "You're a follower," he said, "No, not me. No, not me. No, not me." And he goes. And that night, Jesus is put in the pit. It's a place down underneath the high priest's home. And that's where they put criminals for their last night. It's pitch dark. It's a cave down underneath, and it's just pitch dark down there. He's lowered down there by a rope. And that's where Jesus spends his last night alive. The trauma of the crucifixion is now as real as anything can be. Tomorrow, Jesus will face trial and everything else. He'll be whipped, scorned, and carried to Golgotha for crucifixion. And remember, as sad as that gets, for the joy set before him, Jesus endured the cross for you. He did it just for you. Have a blessed day.